Hi guys, welcome to my channel Red Fire Flags. I'm Phoenix. I'm really grateful to be bringing this reading to you today. I'll be doing a reading in two parts. I'll start with your career and your finance, and then I'll move on to your love and romance, all right? Oh, and before I forget, please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you resonate with this reading. I mean, even if you don't and you feel somebody else may resonate with it, please share, allow the message to get out there, leave a comment and your suggestions. I'll be happy to take that on board. All right, so if you stay with me, I'll just get into your reading. Hey, my beautiful Leos, this is going to be your reading. It's for love, it's going to be career, finance, love and romance. I'm going to start with your career and finance section first, and then I'll move into your love and romance. Spirit, what is going on around Leo for their career and finance, please? What is going on around Leo for their career and finance, please, Spirit? What messages have you got for Leo in regards to their career and finances, please? Career and finances. Okay, enough. Okay. Yeah, I'm one of these people who's just a little bit OCD about things being in aligned. Or being in alignment, I should have said. Oh, here we go. So instantly as well, while I was shuffling, I got a download for you too. It's about standing in your own power, Leo. Somebody may be called Leo out there. Leo, you need to stand in your own power, all right? Don't align yourself or stay in a job or a situation because it's financially rewarding and you're unhappy, all right? I feel like you are, whether you are in a partnership or you're working for somebody, but I feel like you're doing something or you're with something around something that you're not happy about doing anymore. And this is the career and finance part of your chart. I feel like it is to do with your career and your finances for obvious reasons. And I feel like it's a financial payoff that you're getting, but is it worth it? And I think that's the question you need to be asking yourself at the moment. Is it worth it? So let's see how these cards align with that download. Or let's see what's going on for you. Okay. And this is why I am so happy about shuffling on camera. Okay. So when I was saying that I feel like you need to stand in your truth, or I feel like you need to sort of take more of a leadership role where you're concerned and you're in a partnership or you're at work or in a job that you're no longer resonating with. Sorry, Leo, my throat is so sore, but it took me so long to finish these readings after downloading the Sagittarius reading. And I couldn't leave it for much longer because I've obviously got the other signs to go through as well. So yeah, I do apologise for my voice being in the state that it's in. You have to stand in your truth now, Leo. All right? I feel like you need to step away. You've been questioning to step away from this job for quite some time, moving away from the situation. I feel like it's become quite toxic in that environment. I feel like you often daydream about a better situation. I feel like you are looking for something more. Leo, I feel like you are looking to kind of go into something for yourself, or if not, and if that's not the case, you are definitely looking for more money. I can honestly tell you that over the next 3 to 6 months, you will definitely have found that position that you are looking for. all right? But I'm going to need you to step away from what's become toxic, all right? Maybe you're a manager and you're working with a CO or a CEO, and you kind of don't really agree fully with what he's doing or saying, but you kind of stand up for him anyway, or you kind of say to the rest of the staff, oh, you know what, he's under a lot of pressure, or yada yada, whatever it is. I think that you need to step away from the situation now and really take off the glasses and see it for what it is, because I feel like you're deflecting by not looking at what you're really unhappy about, or looking at yourself at the moment. And I feel like you have got to look at yourself as well in the situation. I feel like you're going to be stepping into your Empress energy as well over the next 3 to 6 months. And there is definitely going to be a big offer that comes in regard to your career and your finances once you take that leap of faith into yourself. And there we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and we've got the Hermit. So we've got 2 major arcana out as well, one right here and one right here. And I'm seeing a synchronicity here in this. I'm seeing that you are stepping from being in this energy of just being involved with something simply because of the financial reward, or simply because of the payoff or the status that it's given you. And I feel like you're climbing into yourself now and starting to really think, am I really putting in the best effort here? Is this something that's for my highest good? Can I be better, do better, and get better elsewhere? And yes, you can. Absolutely you can. And you're going to as well. All right? I do pick up that you're going to be becoming extremely confident. I mean, can you be more confident, Leo, anyway? But you're going to be becoming extremely confident. But this is different. It's being confident in your inner voice, rather than being confident in the way that you do something or in the skills that you possess. I feel like your confidence is now going to be in your inner voice, in your gut feeling that lets you know, listen, it's time to move away from a situation. Because I can tell you, even though it hasn't come out here, I'm seeing the Tower card in my mind. So if you don't move away from the situation soon, it's going to be moved away from you anyway. Spirit's saying to me that it's better if you make that decision to move away from whatever job you're in. You're just not, I'm just picking up that you're not really 100% happy there, because you think that you could do more elsewhere, and you absolutely can, Leo. All right? And there we go, we've got the Death cards. So we're closing out old cycles, we're ending things, and we're bringing life into new things. So this is you definitely saying goodbye to whatever it is, your job, whatever it is that you're doing. If it's like some sort of partnership or something that isn't working for you anymore, I feel like you're just cutting your losses and moving away from the situation and just going to build somewhere else. And this is in regards to your career and your finances. All right, and it's going to be very victorious for you, very successful for you if you do this, Leo. All right, so for my entrepreneurs and guys that are in business for themselves, or that are in a partnership that is in a business and it's with somebody else, obviously, you're going to be moving away from that. All right, if you can't see it now, it will be very soon. And once you do end that cycle with that particular situation, then you are going to be moving into success, moving into the energy of victory. All right, and I feel like you're going to definitely be able to boast about it in future. Your finances are going to be looking up as well. I don't feel like you're in a really bad financial situation at the moment either. I feel like it could be better, but I feel like for the most part, you're actually okay. You're still able to eat out anyway. Any advice, please? So the advice I've got for you is about self-acceptance. All right? Accepting sometimes that something isn't for you, and that's okay. And even though it's not for you, you can move forward, and you can go and you can get your 6 of coins. You can get your equal give and take. I feel like whatever it is you're involved in at the moment is not the greatest payoff for you anymore. I feel like it's a spiritual thing as well. The finances are fine. You're getting paid to do this job, or you're getting paid to be in this contract, or whatever it is. But spiritually, it feels like I'm being bankrupt. It feels like I'm not gaining anything. I feel like I'm compromising myself. So I feel like you've done a lot of growth. You've done a lot of spiritual learning, and you're trying to maintain some sort of spiritual hygiene. And so this isn't in alignment with your work anymore or with your career anymore. So I do see you changing direction, and I do see you getting an equal give and take. Don't worry about your finances, I'm being told, because you'll be fine. It's not going to be long. So if you step away over the next 3 to 4 weeks or the next 3 to 4 months or whatever, you will be just fine within the next 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 months. So you've got enough put away. That's what I'm being told. You've got enough in your arsenal to kind of get you through, and you should be fine. And even if you don't have enough to get you through, if that is not the case, you will be just fine, and you will be given enough to get by. Does that make sense to you? All right, I hope it does. Okay, try not to kind of panic if you're released from this job, because some of you may have to be released from the situation, because some of you won't walk away from it, and that's fine. But try not to panic when you are released from it. Try to trust the process, because everything's going to work out just fine for you. Okay, just stay in your truth, stay in your energy, Leo, and yeah. All right, so that's what I've got for you in regard to your finances and your career. I'll be back with your love and romance. Hey Leo, welcome back to your love and romance portion of the reading. So first of all, I'm shuffling. I'm going to lay out your cards. While I'm shuffling now, I'm hearing Diamonds and Pearls by Prince. If I gave you diamonds and pearls, would you be a happy boy or a girl? If I could, I would give you the world. All I can do is offer you my love. Okay? So for somebody out there, yeah, you've made an offer to somebody, you've laid it all on the line, and you're sort of waiting to hear back from this person. So let's have a look at your reading. Let's lay out some cards and see how the cards lay out in regard to this download that I've just received. I'm also picking up as well, before I lay out some cards, I do like to, if I'm getting a download, I do like to do the download while I'm shuffling before the cards come out, just so that you can understand that it's coming from a pure place. And also I'm also curious to see how the reading coincides with it. So I'm also picking up here that there is an unhealthy power balance somewhere. So the connection, if you are in a connection, Leo, at the moment, there is an unhealthy dynamic there. I feel that if you are the one that's at home and that's not working, if you have children or whatever, I feel like that you're being made to feel like it's not enough. I feel like whoever this is, whether this is a masculine energy or a feminine energy, it really doesn't matter. I feel like there is something here, and there's been some sort of resentment that's brewed in regard to this. I don't feel like you guys talk that much anymore. And I think that even if you do, it's either just a run-of-the-mill housekeeping talk, and there isn't really much communication other than that, and if there is, it's sort of snipey. So let's have a look and see what comes out. Spirit, what is going on in regards to love and romance where Leo's concerned, please? What is going on in regards to love and romance where Leo's concerned, please? Alright. Put that there. Okay, so yeah, this is making perfect sense. Let's get that so it looks straight. There we go. Okay. So we have got a lot of reversals here, Leo. And for me, this is a lot of blocked energy. I don't necessarily see reversals as a good or a bad thing. I don't, you know, it just is what it is. I just see it as blocked energy. And as I was saying in the download, there is like some sort of unhealthy dynamic here. The communication is not great. And the first card that came out was the Eight of Arrows and Struggle. And this is the Eight of, I'm assuming the Eight of Swords in this deck. Or if not, it's the Eight of Wands. But I doubt it. I feel like this is sort of the Ace of, or the Eight of Swords, sorry. Okay? So, there is a bit of a, listen, I can't avoid the situation here. I'm trying to find a way to get this reading out to you so it doesn't make you feel like there is no hope. But this situation here, if there's no communication, you might as well just go your separate ways because it's going to continue to become more of a challenge. All right? For you guys that are in a connection at the moment, there is a lot of miscommunication. All right, I feel like the both of you feel like you're not being heard. The both of you are kind of saying the same thing, just in a different way as well. So I feel like there's a difference in love language here. All right, and that's a big thing. I feel like there is a failure of the person that you're connecting with to actually really hear what you're saying, or even kind of take on board how you're feeling about the situation. I am picking up a very stubborn energy as well. So I feel like the person that you are connecting to, and these are for my guys who are in a connection, you guys are, it's a very stubborn situation at the moment. You've got to the point where you're just whatever and I can't be bothered to talk anymore. And this person's got to the point of where they're just not in an energy to listen. And you're not in an energy to listen when they're ready to talk because they're not ready to listen to you. It's a bit tit for tat here. There's a lot of immature energy going back and forth. And I'm not a bull or a BS reader. I'm not going to say that it's just the other person and you're completely innocent in this, because you're not. There has been a communication breakdown and there is two people in this. And so there are two parties. One hand doesn't clap by itself, and an empty bag cannot stand up. Well, unless it's a paper bag, but you get my meaning. So there are two, it takes two. So between the both of you, if you do want to overcome the challenges here, and you do want to unblock the energy between the two of you, it's going to take two of you. And one of you are going to have to be the one to kind of be the adult in the situation. And whoever it is that's come to this reading and that is listening to this reading, it's going to have to be you. And maybe it's not your fault. Maybe you didn't start it. But you've been playing tennis with this person back and forth for a little while now. And so at the end of the day, seeing as though you are the one that is more spiritually aware, you are going to be the one, or have to be the one, that changes the direction of the situation if that's what you want. If you don't want to overcome the challenge, I would advise you kind of think about how you're going to separate. I do pick up that you do have children in the situation as well. And so this is quite specific. So this is not going to be something that you can just break away from. You're obviously going to have to set in motion plans and timings and schedules for the other parent. And that's for those who are in a connection, all right? It's quite a heavy message. For my guys who are not in a connection, you've just come out of something, and if it's not been like recent over the last 10 months or so, or 10 weeks, then it's been carrying on for quite some time, like 10 years. And you really do, if it's been going on for 10 years, you really do need to release the situation now. This has been something you've been carrying around with you for quite some time. You've been a prisoner to this, Leo. And I know that you loved hard, and I don't think people take the fire signs seriously sometimes where their heart is concerned. And I feel like you did invest quite a lot into the situation, but your unwillingness to kind of move forward and to release the situation has put a stop on your healing, has kind of paused your healing. It's paused any kind of gifts that the universe or God or the ancestors or the angels want to bring in for you. And this is causing challenges that's not only in your love life, but it's leaking everywhere. All right? So you are dealing with a situation that has ended, but you're not seeing the bigger picture at the moment, Leo. all right? You're not realizing sometimes that even though something isn't for you, it doesn't mean it's not for you forever. It just means not for you right now, all right? But whether this is not for you forever or not for you right now, there is a need for you to move forward and to release this situation, all right? You need to let go of what has happened in order for you to heal and to move forward, and for you to kind of overcome the challenges that are being presented to you emotionally at the moment. But you are being stubborn in the situation, and I feel like it's because you're looking for closure. And I want you to understand that closure is something that sometimes we don't get. Sometimes it's something we have to give ourselves, and you're going to have to give that to yourself. But I do feel that you are on a massive journey at the moment, and that's both of you, whether you're in a connection with somebody already or your connection has come to a close. You are on a journey of spirit. You're on a journey of self. You're in a journey of learning. You're definitely becoming stronger in this journey, all right? And I feel here that I feel that justice and judgment and all of that good stuff is going to be going in your favour where matters of the heart are concerned, all right? But I do feel like in the past there was some sort of exploitation that was going on, whether you were being exploited for your good nature or for your finances, or whether you were exploiting somebody else for the same thing. We all get trade-offs and benefits in relationships, but this felt more transactional. And even though you did have feelings and your emotions were involved in the situation, I feel like that was more from the other person. I feel like this other person maybe didn't take you seriously enough, and maybe didn't sort of take into account that you actually were in it for the long haul. If you've got any other messages for Leo, please, in regards to love and romance. Here we go. Okay. Right, so my advice for you guys who are in a connection and who are struggling with communication, I feel here that you guys are going to be having a breakthrough. I feel like the two of you are going to put down your swords, put down your wands, put down all that unnecessary stuff, and just go back to basics. I feel that you guys need maybe a date night, or you need some sort of something to reconnect, and you will be doing that, all right? Anywhere from 10 days to 10 weeks, I'm picking up here, that I feel like there are going to be some changes made in your connection already. And I think the two of you are really going to come together and really sort of say to yourselves and to each other, you don't want this to end. How are we going to do better? All right? And I think that's going to work out for you, all right? For those of you who were in a connection and that connection has come to a close, I feel here you're tired. You're exhausted of carrying it around with you now. And you are going to be releasing those burdens. If you are struggling with releasing those burdens, Leo, I would suggest that maybe you write a letter. Not a letter with the intent to send it, but a letter with the intent to kind of just get everything off of your chest. So just say whatever it is you want to say to this person, whether you can speak to them or not. Sometimes it's easier to just put it down in a letter and just get it out of yourself. And I think that you doing that is going to put you in a situation. I'm also picking up burn that letter. I'm being drawn to that fire. So maybe write that letter and burn it in order to release it. I feel here though that this dark night of the soul, or this cold time, or this lonely time that you've been going through, I feel like this is coming to an end now, all right? You've definitely endured the storm or the winter or whatever it is, that, you know, the dark night of the soul. And I feel here that you are going to be stepping into a different energy over the next probably sort of 10 months or so. 10 is a very important number here for you guys. And 10 is also the beginning, a number of new beginnings. And underneath the deck, we have got the Fool, which in this deck, it's the Wanderer. So there is a new beginning for you guys, whether you're in a connection or you're not in a connection. There is a brand new beginning where you're able to step into your future and be confident and comfortable and loved. And that's really what matters, Leo, is the fact that you're loved, is that you are getting an equal give and take out of the situation, that you're not being exploited for your good nature or for your finances. If something is for you, it will find its way back to you. If something isn't, it just isn't. But either way, you've got to let it go. And if it's meant for you, it will find its way back, as I said. If not, you've let it go and you've done the healing. There is a brand new beginning for you, all right? And I feel like you're stepping into your power. All right, Leo? So this was your reading today, all right? I apologise that my voice went in and out. I did pull a couple of advice cards for Aries, and I think I did one in the finance and career section of your reading. So let me pull an advice card for you guys here. Maybe you're connecting with an Aries. Aries got this card as well. Okay, right. So what I'm picking up here straight away is that even though Aries got this card as well, it isn't the same message at all. All right? You healing and re-establishing your boundaries and getting that self-love going, that self-care, and you're getting everything in order and investing back into yourself, because it's not like you to let yourself go, Leo. It's not like you to kind of neglect yourself in any way, shape or form. And I'm not saying you've let yourself go and you look like a piece of crap. No, you don't. But maybe you've stopped painting your toenails. Maybe you haven't really taken the extra time that you usually would to do certain things because you've been preoccupied. But you reinvesting and doing that healing and reinvesting in that self-love and in those little things that make you happy, Leo, that give you that, makes your sunshine, it brings the sunshine back out for you. I feel here that you're definitely going to be embracing yourself, coming into union with yourself. And I do feel like those of you who are pining for that person, who that person has stepped away, I feel like there will be an opportunity for you guys to reconcile, but you're going to need to do some self-love and put in some boundaries first in order for that to work. If you reconcile before doing this, Leo, or if this reconciliation comes before you're able to do this, the connection will go back into like a redundancy, because you won't be able to, it's just, you're not ready. You won't be able to maintain it. You've got to put in place boundaries in order for you to have a successful connection with this person, or a successful reconciliation. And those of you in a connection already, trust me when I tell you, it's going to get better. You've got to invest in some self-love, but you guys are going to get closer. All right? That's your reading. Have an amazing evening.